Hello and welcome. In today's session, we will continue with creating stairs, except we're going to create slightly more complicated or advanced staircase, such as a L-shaped staircase or a U-shaped staircase. Although it may seem more complicated, actually it's still pretty easy. So let's actually begin from the previous video. You can see I already have 3 stairs, and if you do not have these 3 stairs over here, you can either go to the previous video. It will guide you on how to create stairs with landing, stairs without landing, and basically changing some of the parameters of the stairs as well. So the first stairs we're going to do right now is L-shaped staircase. So go to Architecture, Circulation, Stairs, or keyboard shortcut ST. So to create an L-shaped staircase is very simple. Again, similar to the first 3 staircases that we created, the first click is always the first step in your stairs. So this is the first step. And then let's make sure not to use all the risers, okay? Because we're going to create L-shape, we probably want to stop halfway, okay? Probably I'm going to do about 12 risers over here. Do a left click, and let's say I want to create an L-shaped staircase towards the right side, okay? Towards the right side. So in order for you to turn the staircase to the right, make sure that you no longer put your mouse in the center line. Try to move to the right, where you can see this blue dotted line appearing as well as a reference from your exterior surface of your flight of stairs. Just put your mouse over there. Okay, it doesn't matter the distance away. Just do a left click and make sure to finish the entire boundaries of the stairs. And there you go, you have an L-shaped staircase. So to edit this landing, for example, if you just want it to be a 1 by 1 meter landing, you actually do not need to convert this, because in the previous video we did a conversion over here. However, for an L-shaped staircase, that is not necessary. So what you need to do is basically to pick the ends of your flight of stairs, click and drag down and release. So there you go. Revit has adjusted the landing. Okay, you can even create a longer landing. Just drag to the side. You can see the landing extend towards the vertical as well as horizontally. Okay, so that is your L-shaped staircase. And yeah, that's simple. And afterwards, remember to always press the green tick at the top. Go to your 3D view over here, and you can see your L-shaped staircase created. So next one, we're going to create a U-shaped staircase. It's pretty simple, okay? Very similar to the L-shaped staircase. So it's under Architecture, Circulation, Stairs again. So again, the first click is the first step of your flight of stairs. Left click, and instead of going too much, I'm maybe just going to stop at about 6 risers. Do a left click, and let's say I want to turn my flight of stairs to the right. Make sure the dotted line is on the right extent of your staircase, not the center. Remember, not the center, but on the right side over here. Do a left click, go some distance, probably 11 steps. Okay, so the reason why I do 11 steps is because I can see that there is 6 remaining steps, and my first flight of stairs was 6 steps. So this will even out both the front and the back of the staircase. So I just go click here, and then now since I'm going to turn downwards, okay, so I need to make sure that the dotted line is on the exterior surface of staircase again over here, as you can see. Or if I can actually go lower, you can see here as well that I'm matching up with the staircase, the first flight of stairs that I created, as well as the second flight of stairs that is created. Probably to move a little to the right, then drag it down over here, and that's your U-shaped staircase. Again, you can click and drag your staircase so that your landing is smaller. Click and drag again. There's no need to convert your landing, just click and drag your flight of stairs. So you can see these stairs over here is made of 5 components, 3 flight of stairs and 2 landings over here. So that's for this staircase. Okay, let's go to the green tick. Next, we're going to create a staircase that's very similar to HDB style. Okay, so Architecture, Circulation, Section, Stairs, click on it. And now I'm just going to specify my first step of the staircase. Maybe 12 over here, and then if I want to go return the direction in the opposite direction, okay, I'll just click here and go downwards. So that's very similar to what we have if you actually do a stay at a HDB flat. Just drag it a little closer, and there you go, click on the green tick. And next, we are going to modify the sketches or some of the staircase to make some modification to the design. So I'm just going to select the first stairs that we created in the previous session, and to basically my intention is to make the bottom part to expand it a little wider. So there's going to be some modification to that. So to do that, just simply click on the staircase, and then Edit Stairs button is available at the top. Okay, so at this point of time, there's only one object you can click in this sketch mode because there's no landing or there's no other flight of stairs. So simply click on this component over here, use the Convert button. Okay, so the reason why we are using the Convert button is because this stairs was created automatically by Revit, or partially simply because Revit has calculated the height of the riser for you as well as the tread, and you didn't really have to draw all these lines in between. So we require to press the Convert button to make it that we can edit these stairs to our liking, or to customize these stairs. So press the Convert button here. Afterwards, the Edit Sketch button will be made available. So I'm just going to make some, I zoom in first, I'm going to make some modification to the bottom of the staircase to kind of have some designs at the end. So I'm just going to click on this curve, start and radius arc over here to create a curve. And then I'm just going to click on probably the fifth riser, okay. Go about 45 degrees, make sure this is 45 degrees because it's 135, so if you count from the opposite direction, it's 45 degrees. And I'm going to make sure that the blue dotted line appears as a reference to my first flight of stairs. I click, I bend it a little, do a click, and then you notice that I'm curving my staircase at the bottom for some design. Next, I'm just going to mirror this over to the other side because I probably want it to be symmetrical. So click on this line over here. The mirror tool is on top here. Do a left click, click on this middle line, and it will duplicate to the other side. Okay, so this for a sketch to work, you need to make sure that the green lines are continuous on both sides. As you can see, it splits into two, so you really need to adjust it. Okay, so how you adjust is click on the green line, the small blue circle, click and drag this upwards. Okay, another criteria for a sketch to work is to have those riser. The risers are in black. As you can see, these riser buttons over here, they create the black lines on your sketches. So the riser must actually, both ends of the riser must touch both ends of the boundary lines. So just click and drag. Just click and drag to the side. And drag this one as well. It's just a little bit here. So in order for you to not do it in such a tedious method, I'm just going to teach you how we can actually do this a little faster. So there's a Trim and Extend Multiple button over here. Okay, so this is what we can use to trim multiple elements very quickly. So I just click on this button. And like all trim commands, you always specify the endpoint first. So this is this green boundary line over here is the endpoint of my sketch. I do a left click, and then I make sure I select all the lines over here. If you can see 4 lines are selected, I release my mouse and they join at the back of these green boundaries here. And that's all that's required. I press the green tick again another time, and you can see the stairs that is created. I think by now you should notice that whenever you create a stairs, Revit provides you or automatically creates the railing for you. Okay, so if you go 3D, you can see all of them do have a railing, although the railing tool is, let me see, is in architectural circulation railing. So when you build a stairs, by default they provide you a railing, or you can, if you feel that this railing is not what you want, or not what the shape is not what you want, you can always go and create your own railing over here. So that is the end of this part 2 of creating staircase. So see you in the next session.